Hey guys, Criticaster here. Today I just wanted to show something a little bit different than I usually do. I actually wanted to show off some websites that I have found really useful for PSO2 New Genesis. I think each of these have their own kind of different uses to them. And if you guys are new here, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd appreciate that as I upload PSO2 content pretty frequently. But for the first website, we have what is called ngs.matoy.ca. Basically, this is a global map that can show all the different collectibles, teleporters, mags, etc. So this was made by DAR Gaming. They've done a few farming guides for PSO2, but I think they mainly do Genshin Impact. But yeah, please go check them out if you haven't before. But yeah, this map, you can select teleporters, mags, cocoons, towers, and it kind of shows you all of those points if you're kind of like new to the different regions. But the things that I find most useful is the mineral nodes. So if you click on these, shows all the monotite locations, dualimite locations, trinite, tetrasite and retem, photon chunks, photon quartz, even the stellar fragments, which are up here. Yeah, I use this all the time just in case I like forget, where a few nodes are at, or if I'm trying to get like different collectibles. One thing I have noticed with this website is that apparently you can also get the alpha reactors and the photon scales and gold boxes, but it doesn't seem to be working quite at the moment. But if you actually want to look at those, they have a link here where links to Aphy's Twitter, which is the second website that I was actually gonna recommend. It is just a Twitter, but it's still technically like a website. I find Aphy's updates like amazing for new players, or just even people that just keep playing, trying to get extra money because alpha reactors give like 3,500 Meseta each, and then the photon scales are very useful for the synchron weapon series, or even for certain capsule exchange. But yeah, she shows the exact locations and even posts different pictures like for each of the days on kind of exactly where they are at. So there's the photon scales, and then right here is the alpha reactors. Yeah, she does this kind of out of her own kindness, so you guys should definitely go check her out. For the third website here, I actually have something interesting for those of you that like to into the nitty gritty of different attacks. So this is a PSO2 NGS attack table. This is compiled by Death Cream, and basically you can go into each and every weapon's different attacks, even kind of like breaking it down into each individual hit. So here's like the step attacks, step counters, dash attacks, diving attacks, all of the PAs and each of their individual hits. And then it's done for each and every weapon here. I just find this very useful if I'm trying to like figure out certain kind of like attacks I might want to put into my rotations, or different kind of like DPS for bosses. Like, I might find something that I want to use over another thing because it, has more down factor or more potency for the hit. Then another website that's kind of in the same vein, or a Google Sheet that is the PSO2 NGS Frame Data. This kind of breaks it up into frames. So this is kind of like more for the DPS kind of side instead of individual hits. This is made by Sizz with help from Emery. Basically, you go click here and go down the list for each of the individual attacks and the photon blasts. I'll click bow here, for instance, and it shows each of the different attacks, like the weapon action, normal attack, and the PAs. And then here they're broken down with how much damage they do in those periods, how many frames they take, and calculated from the damage in the frames is the DPS, or the damage per second. It also shows like with different bonuses applied, like with Braver, for instance, they get Brave Spirit, so that kind of increases their DPS for normal attacks and their weapon action. And then it also shows like the different PP costs, or the PP gains, like the photon power. And it also even shows some of the down factor as well. Yeah, these guys go into a lot of depth for sure. Like I said, they do show the different bonuses applied to things. But they even show like the ranges, because like with twin machine gun here, it actually matters with like your short range, medium range, and also matters with the S rolls, like S roll canceling and the chain boost. So like if you're really into the nitty gritty, I would put this into one of your websites or Google Sheets that you should definitely be looking at. You know what else is also a cool website? Criticaster's Twitch, where everybody calls him a sussy baka. Yeah, onto the other websites. Now for this next website, this is like one of the most broad or wide range websites that you can actually find for PSO2 New Genesis, in my opinion. For this, the PSO2 ARCS Visiphone. Basically, it's kind of like a wiki for New Genesis. Basically, here you can get like this, all the swords or all the weapons, like wire lance, everything, just all of the different types of weapons in the game, the weapon camos, photon arts, color variants, units, techniques, just literally everything that is in the game, like item wise, or in the shops, like the different mechanics. They even like boil down a whole bunch of different things, even including the weather, for instance. So if you're basically trying to find anything and everything that is like currently in the game, or even sometimes in a little bit in the future with some of the updates, this is like one of the best websites that you could probably use. Now for this last website, this might be kind of obvious, but the NGS official website. I feel like a lot of people don't actually use this website, just because they look at the headlines or the YouTube videos, and they kind of ignore this, thinking that there's going to be the same kind of content on here. But here they actually show every single like bug in the game that they know of, with the known issues. They do the maintenance updates and announcements. They do all of the update details. They show all the AC scratches thoroughly. They even have like a comic on here. They have even different articles that they don't tell, like they don't show the information anywhere else. So here, for instance, I'll click on the AC scratch, and it's like one of the things that they show you all of the different items and percentages, the play bonuses. That's just one of the things. But for something that they haven't shown elsewhere, there should be a Hero Arai article, which is like one of the representatives for SEGA for New Genesis. This is where they do an interview with like a kind of like a deep dive into the Kavaris update, which is coming in like a week or so. And basically, they kind of like go through with the dev team about a whole bunch of different things that, if you didn't go to the website, you just wouldn't find out until the content actually arrived into the game. But yeah, that's the main websites that I have found to be the most useful for me. If you guys know of any other websites, just link them down in the comments below, because I would love to take a look at them, and I'm pretty sure it would help other players as well. And then for the websites that I showed today, I'll be putting those in the description. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.